Hey Simlies, it's Deligracy here, and today we are building a house in Oasis Springs, which I've actually named Desert Springs because it's inspired by the environment of a desert. It's kind of, well, I've never been to Palm Springs, but I assume Oasis Springs is based somewhat on Palm Springs. I don't know. But yeah, it's just kind of a fun build I did. I wasn't expecting to do this build today, but I just got the urge to start building, so I did. And originally I was thinking that it would be kind of like a display home or a Metricon home. That's a company in Australia where you kind of pick already designed homes to build as your house, or you pick from display homes. And I don't know, that's kind of the look and feel I was going for, but it'll be interesting to see what you guys think. And I also had a lot of fun in this build because I was using a lot of swatches and flooring and just colors, I guess, that I haven't really experimented with before. So I tried to put a few different things together that I wouldn't usually combine or put in the same build. So we make use of things like terracotta tiles with grey concrete walls, which I thought was kind of unique. And I kind of have an obsession with terracotta right now. I love terracotta. I bought all these plants for my apartment and they're all terracotta. And I just like it because it's earthy. It's not too showy. It's just nice, clean, and it's not overly expensive. It's still really, really nice quality. So that is why I'm into it right now. And I also like the kind of orange color as well. So this house is looking a bit modern or postmodern. I guess it has quite a strong 70s vibe, but Brady Bunch style because of those slanted roofs and also because of the orange wallpaper we're about to put on. I wanted to do a pool originally that was looking more like a natural rocky pool, but in the end I decided to go with a pretty like stocker standard pool with one end of it covered in rocks. Except I did something really, really silly. Ugh, regrets, build regrets. I forgot to put in the fountains, which was the whole reason why I put these rocks in a cluster at the end of the pool, because the fountains, I was going to use the Move Objects on sheet to place the fountains within the rocks, and then it would look like a little waterfall fountain feature thing. So this is available to download from the gallery. So if you do download this house, please, please, please do me the favor of just putting on the Move Objects sheet and popping in some fountains amongst the rocks, because that's what it was intended to be there, and it would look really nice in live mode or live mode, whatever you call it, whatever you choose to call it. One thing I dislike about building in Oasis Springs that bothers me all the time, which is one of the reasons why I don't build here very often, or whenever I do build here, I often end up taking the house or the build to another world, is the color engine. Frustrates me so much because if you paint the exterior of this house in all white, it's like a tarnished color from the lighting engine in this world. I guess because it is an orangey, deserty world, they've made it so any whites pick up that orange in the environment, but it's too much. It's just really frustrating. I feel like whenever I'm looking at the build's exterior, the colors aren't true. So I don't know, hopefully the talk of them improving the light and shade in the game might change it or improve it a bit. Who knows? I've got no idea, but it's just something that I guess is good feedback, and I'm interested to see if that's something that frustrates you guys as well. These windows, I just had a bit too many. We're going to, bring them back a little bit and not have quite so many on the facade of the house. They were kind of looking a little bit oriental, which wasn't the aesthetic I was going with for this build, so we get rid of a few of those. And I do like that window style though. I do like it. I would love to have a city expansion pack where the windows are like gridded up like they are here, but much bigger, like whole wall windows cut in 2s and 4s, or maybe just 2 so you can put them double story and they look like factory windows. That would be cool. Yeah, I'd like that. I saw a lot of those in New York actually. Oh my gosh, New York was so amazing. Take me back. For you guys who live in New York, it's such an incredible place. So cool. But I am a Melbourne girl. Love living in living down under where we live in the future because we're always a day ahead of the rest of the world. And I like it here in Melbourne because it is not too crowded, but still there's lots of people around. People are really nice generally, and it's pretty safe and it's pretty clean. And the weather's pretty good. Like, we do get rain, and there's always a joke where people say Melbourne gets 4 seasons in one day, ha ha ha, which is kind of true. But compared to other places, I think the weather's really nice. So yes. Popping a chimney here, I just felt like it looked a little bit abrupt how it met the top of that roofing, I suppose. So we just built a half wall around it to make it blend into the build a little bit better. And I am loving the floor tiles from the Sims 4 Get Together that we've used on the roofing. I guess the kind of the bit that comes over the balcony. What do you call that? Brain fart. Can't think of the word. But yeah, I like that. And I don't know, I think I really like the creamy stone tiles. I think I want to use those more because me like you, even though I just got rid of them. So, but I do like them. And we are going to change the fencing at the front of the house to some glass fencing because that one was looking just a little bit like a farmhouse when it's totally not a farmhouse. So we do need to fix that up in a second. One of the things I love about this house is the kids' bedroom because we place these little square windows here in kind of a fun, random pattern. And I think that's kind of cool for a kid's bedroom. I would love to design a kid's bedroom with a massive budget. Oh my gosh, it would be so much fun. I was looking at a design magazine because I'm subscribed to Vogue Living. So I get Vogue whenever it comes out, Vogue Living that is. And oh no, I don't think it was in Vogue Living. It was in a different magazine, but it was the most beautiful apartment. I think it was in Singapore. And they just built this incredibly modern, minimalist apartment. But there was a whole kids wing where the kids had their own bathroom and their own bedrooms. And it was just the best thing ever because so much of the house was like all white and crisp and whites and grays. But then in the kids' room, they just injected color. So for instance, in the bathroom, they had this big wall of teeny weeny little tiles. And because their kids, I think, were girls, that's why they went for a pink and purple color scheme. And there were all these little pink and purple tiles mixed with white across this big wall randomly. And it was just so pretty and energetic. And I loved it. And the girls' bedrooms were incredible. They basically had wardrobes, like this family earning the fat stacks. They were clearly loaded. This house was incredible. So the kids' bedrooms, they were probably 5-year-olds, judging by what was in their room. And their wardrobe was probably 3 times the size of mine. So, some people in the world are just born into crazy lifestyles. Some of you guys probably are too. But I'm always amazed because my upbringing was a humble upbringing. A good upbringing though. Good upbringing. So landscaping here, I didn't want to add too much greenery, so we don't go for too lush, but then again, it is pretty lush if you think about its surroundings. I did enjoy lining the paths with some rocks, which I don't actually do that very often, so it was kind of nice for a change. And I did like making a driveway. Wouldn't it be nice if there were cars in The Sims 4 so they could park their car there? Wouldn't it be nice if there were cars in Sims 4 and Sims could drive around? That was a good ad, wasn't it? Wouldn't it be nice if the world was Cadbury? Whenever I watched that ad, I so just wanted to go to Cadbury World because it looked that good. Figuring out the floor plan was a little bit tricky, trying to figure out where those stairs were going to go, but ended up working really nicely. So upstairs is the parents' wing. I made the top of the stair landing an indoor gymnasium. So I guess you would tailor that area to whatever Sims you're playing with. So a skill building area or maybe an extra lounge, or you can put wellness things in there. Whatever you like. It's just an extra space or for a study or something. But I just made it into a gymnasium for these guys. And I love the half wall. But yeah, so we've already put down some of the terracotta tiles mixed with the brown timber floorboards. And I always forget what that flooring's called. I know you guys have told me a million times, but I keep on forgetting that. And I think I need to take like fish oil tablets or vitamin B or omega, what is it? Omega fats. Yeah, I think I need some tablets or something to help me with my memory. I swear it's getting worse. I just can't remember words that easily. Although it is midnight right now, so probably a little bit pooped, to be honest. And then this bathroom, I was very happy to use some of the more industrial bathroom fittings. So we've got those industrial cabinets, and these walls were beginning to look too old-fashioned, the wall tiles for the actual build. So when I said this build, I thought this family had lost a lot of money and downgraded their house. This house is still really nice, but they would have lived in a really incredible, maybe more Spanish mini mansion or something that I was thinking. So a lot of their furnishings look a little bit more elegant or classic than the house architecture itself. And you'll notice that as we put the different objects in. And the reason why I did that was because I love building to a story. It just makes it more enjoyable for me if I imagine who this house is for and their backstory. That's actually how a lot of my LPs have started. From a build, I'll be building, and as I'm building, I'll imagine like a little storyline for them. It's just the way I roll. But yeah, the reason why I also enjoy backstories is because it kind of it challenges you a bit, because you have to start incorporating more things, whereas you can just build lots and lots of perfect houses. But reality is people's homes are usually not perfect. Usually there's things that are old or scratched or stained, or they, have things that don't necessarily go together, where, you might have old bedside tables and you could do with some new ones, but, you've got other things to spend your money on. So it's always good to not always make perfectly interior designed houses. So in this house, we begin doing a little bit of mixing and matching. But it definitely looks a little bit more old world inside than the exterior. And those cabinets just were not working for me, so I actually changed them to grey to help blend them into the wall. But I did want the space above the shelves fully filled in, just for this lounge area. And they get a big TV. I never watch TV. I seriously only watch things off YouTube, live streams, or I download programs that I like onto my iPad. Like, I'll buy all my TV shows from iTunes Store, and I didn't even watch that many programs. I watched a bit. I didn't even finish Scream Queens. I watched a lot of Scream Queens, and I watched Sex and the City and The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and I love Grand Designs. But that's like as far as my viewings go for TV shows. Oh, and I do like a cheeky Jamie Oliver session now and then, because, who doesn't love Jamie? I don't know, he's just so charismatic. He's just enjoyable to watch. But I have to say, whenever I make his food, the food never tastes that good. Maybe it's just me, but I'm always a bit disappointed with it, and I always end up putting heaps of salt on it because it's got like no flavor. Pretty sure that's my bad. But yeah, you can see here some of the furniture is a bit mismatched, but then those big leather lounges, it looks a little bit more old world with the slightly Persian-esque rugs. Or are they more Aztec-y? Oh, well, I don't know. I think it works though. And yeah, always, I love putting a long end table behind a couch. I think that's something I would love to do in my house one day if I moved into a bigger house. I don't know, I just think it looks nice. And I think I like it because it helps divide the space of the room up. Like, with the human eye kind of sees it as a divider in the room, which helps you navigate yourself around the house. I think that's why I like it. And then putting lots of things around the place on the walls. This family has a lot of artwork and a lot of nice things that they're popping around everywhere. And fancy sculpture in there as well. I think they enjoy their artwork, the Sims who live here. And we're also putting in a nice big plant as soon as you walk in the front door. And I was like, well, one plant's not enough. Let's just have a lot of fun with this. And that wallpaper I don't believe I've used. Actually, I might have used it in the Twins LP, their first house. They're like Spanish abode. But I don't usually use that wallpaper. But I like it. I like it with the terracotta tiles and the concrete grey. It's just an interesting mix. And blue walls kind of naturally lent themselves to this house just because orange and yellow, or oranges and yellows, go really well with blues because they're opposite on the color wheel. So because that wallpaper has that warm orangey brown feel about it, or yeah, just a warm brown, blue helps to balance it out because it cools it down. So you'll see a lot of blue aspects in this build, like the flower vase. And I enjoyed putting a little mirror on the side there of the wardrobe closet. This is a teens room, so I had a bit of fun adding color. You know, I wanted it to look youthful and really lived in. You know, when I was a teen, I left stuff everywhere. I was so messy, and now I'm not a neat freak, but since living in my own space away from home, I definitely realize I appreciate a clean environment so much more because I realize how much effort it takes. So if people are coming to my house, I usually try and clean up. And in fact, I spent a lot of today cleaning, like so long, and I haven't even cleaned my bathroom yet. Ugh, just becoming a domestic goddess. Deli the domestic goddess. Nice. But yeah, we're adding lots of things, and I love how the lamp sits on top of this box. I think that looks like cool. I don't know, because in The Sims, usually the lamps are always on tables, so it's just fun to do something a little bit different. And then we've got a little ottoman in the corner, and we'll pop something on top of it, I think, just to make that spot look nice and lived in as well. And just a random box in the corner because why not? Usually I leave random things here and there now and then, so yeah. Usually I'd put the dining table just after the archway, but I was like, you know what? I would prefer to eat looking out the windows. So I decided to go with a bit of a galley kitchen, but because of the shape of the walls, it was a bit irregular. But in the end, I love how this kitchen works, just because it is quite unique. And we end up putting a half wall just next to the sink because it looks a bit abrupt how the wall sinks in straight after it, and there's just like the edge there. It doesn't look very balanced. So once the half wall goes in, I think it works quite nicely. And then we're also going to make it curve around from where the stove is, around the L shape of the wall, and put a bar there. And then when that bar actually clips through the wall on the other side, we're going to use that clipping for something in the other room. So you'll see that soon. This was a really bad dining table setup just then. I was like, what? No, just no. We're not putting office chairs around the dining table, or that glass dining table and those chairs just did not go together. So we end up going with white chairs, I think, with the dark timber table. We needed a dark table to tie it in with those dark windows. And I think a brownie carpet, was it? Oh no, we do add in some blues with this striped carpet, which is kind of nice. And we're about to put the bar in a second once we get some flowers to go on top there, some nice blue ones. And some cool lighting. I do like those lights. Me likey, I'm into them. I have notifications turned on my iPad for the YouTube app, so whenever I get comments on videos, half of them pop up on my iPad. So, and I do that because I like to just read them throughout the day randomly from different videos just to see what you guys are saying and just to make sure things are all well and stuff. So I get those popping up, and I just got one that popped up on my iPad just then that said from Kiara saying, "You sound a lot like I has Cupquake if she was Australian." I don't know who that is, but I'm going to take it as a compliment. And Sopamon commented, Plum has the deepest voice ever. So I'm guessing that's from the Cluedo video. Nice one. But yeah, I think that kitchen works really nicely, how it just wraps around. It's just definitely an orientation that I've never done before. So always good to make new discoveries and give yourself a bit of a pat on the back. But yeah, this room is going to be a bathroom, and the bathroom for the kids' ensuite, and that clipping through the wall is actually part of the bar on the other side. But I thought it actually looked quite cool with the shower as a shelf. So we're lifting up some objects up onto it. So it looks like it's a little extra shelf there that kind of goes through the shower as well. And I don't know, I just thought that was kind of nice to utilize a mistake. Sometimes mistakes leads to new discoveries, so that was all good. And yeah, this is going to be the kids' room. And I like the kids' room. I think, I only ended up putting one bed in here. Yeah, but I really originally wanted to have two, and it just wasn't working. I was like, so annoying. You could put two in here. You definitely could. You just have to put them on the right-hand wall, facing out the windows. Adding timber onto the wall there was just adding too many textures into the house, so we backed off that a little bit. But my favorite part about the kids' room is that there's this little play area underneath a canopy that I thought was quite sweet, and I kind of like those paintings tarred as well in alternating colours. It's kind of cool. Don't mind it. And that bunny rug is looking so out of place right now. We do change the colour of it. Oh, that's better. That was really bothering me just then. We have a little desk area where they can sit on the chair and do their work. Usually I've started not putting computers in kids' bedrooms because I don't know how many young kids have their own computers in their room. If I was a kid now, I would not be allowed one in my room. But I don't know. If there's any younger Simlies watching, do you guys have computers in your room? I know uni students and adults who would very likely have your laptops and computers in your room, but for younger Simlies, I do wonder. But yeah, that's a cute little canopy with the stripes. I don't know. Just something different to utilize instead of the exterior of the house on the interior of the kids' room. So again, using an object in another way, shape or form, which is fun. And last of all, we're moving upstairs because this is the parents' suite. Or the master suite, whoever gets it. Who knows, maybe the teenage daughter was like Regina George and convinced her parents to swap and give her the best room in the house. Maybe. And then putting some wall lights in, which definitely gives off a very soft light, which I thought was kind of nice for the bathroom. And this is where we're going to put a few gym things. But like I said, you could make this into a home office or wellness center or artist studio. You could do a lot of things with this, or like a rumpus room upstairs. Yeah, I just did a little gym area. That was kind of nice at the top of the stairs. And what am I looking for here? Oh, yeah, that's right. I decided to change that downstairs part to a tapestry. I was like, I'm just not happy with those wall things at the entrance. And I haven't used those tapestries much, which is interesting because in The Sims 3, I used to be obsessed with this one tapestry that was from The Sims 3 Supernatural. I would always use it. And I thought I would use these ones in The Sims 4 to death, but I just haven't. I think if they were more Persian looking, I would use them probably. Persian rug style. And there's another terracotta pot. Loving my terracotta pots. Oh, I deleted it. Gosh. Gosh, you guys. And then, yeah, the master bedroom's okay. I like the dividing wall just for something a little bit different. It kind of makes the master bed look like a cradle. The spa I didn't think the Sims could get into, so I ditched that idea. And we end up just putting a nice little fireplace with some big, generous chairs upstairs on the balcony with a plant in the corner just to add a little bit of lush green and tie in the ground greenness up to the second floor. And then we've got our little pool area here. That cactus thing always reminds me of the Pokemon cactus character. I don't know, it looks like it has a tiara of flowers on its head. So cute. Whenever I see cactuses, I just want to add eyes to them. I see them as people. It's weird. If you guys haven't been watching me for long, or you like don't follow any of my other social media like Instagram or Snapchat or anything, I have a weird thing. Oh, finished household now. Where I just like love cactus plants and I love putting eyes on them. It's just, I don't know. I think I have a problem. Like having feelings for inanimate objects, just like thinking they have personalities. Anyways, so this is, I'll go talk to someone about that. No, you guys, not really. It's fine. But anyways, yes, this is the entrance hallway. We just had some screenshots around the exterior of the house. We've got a sim inside the house watching the TV, enjoying that lounge room, and piano in the background as well. So they're a little bit musical. And I do like how the umbrella was peeking through the window just here. Me likey. Here's the kitchen. I love how you go through the kitchen to get to the dining instead of the dining before the kitchen, which is probably the route I usually do, and how it has that L shape wrapping around to that bar that you can just help yourself to. It's kind of nice. Another view of the entrance room, and moving on to the teenagers area. I do like the teen room because it's looking quite lived in from the other angle, I think. And then the kids' room with the little canopy. So cute. All the toys. Damn, I wish I had that kids' room. That would be nice. And the peaky holes for the windows. And yeah, just cute. But yeah, let me know what you thought of this build. I always ask you guys to comment what you would like to see next for a build, because I get so many ideas from you guys and you guys have awesome ideas. So don't hold back. Make sure to comment ideas below. And yeah. I also hope that you guys have an awesome week as well. Get lots of stuff done, but also have some rest time and take care of yourselves. And yeah, just enjoy yourself. Do something fun and treat yourself. That's what this week is for. But anyways, guys, I hope you are having a lovely morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. And I look forward to speaking to you soon.